So yesterday I got around to checking out this brand new movie called Abraham's Boys, a Dracula story. This is coming from Shudder. Once again, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't get around to checking this out in theaters, it's definitely going to be out on Shudder probably within the next month or so. But the premise of this movie is very, very fascinating, and what kind of led me to end up watching it over Skill House, because I was like, it's either this movie or do I watch the horror movie with 50 Cent and the influencers. And it's just like, I really didn't feel like watching that. I was tempted to watch Superman for a fourth time, but I was like, man, I want to watch something new. And thank God that I stumbled upon this. Now, this movie is very different. It's very unique in a lot of ways. So the premise of this movie, you have Van Helsing, Abraham Van Helsing. This is 18 years after he kills Dracula, and him and his two sons and his wife go to the States to kind of escape. But that trauma, that darkness, that evil follows them, you know what I'm saying? And this movie does a really good job of like depicting paranoia, you know, whether it's through the eyes of the wife and her experiences and her interaction with Dracula at the time she was able to survive, and the two sons, Max, the oldest, the youngest, Rudy, really interesting characters. Max is really kind of like the main character, though, in my eyes. He's the oldest, and he's the one that has to kind of do a lot of the man stuff around the house. And you definitely get to see the relationship between him and his father and how strict his father is. And even the paranoia kind of is shown with Helsing, and just how he goes about keeping tabs on his family, doing a lot of heinous things over the years. And it makes you think, like, is this whole kind of disease thing that he's kind of spewing, is this really true, or is this kind of all of his head and the paranoia of, oh, Dracula could still be alive, or remnants of him could still be alive, and we have to kind of get rid of that or do what we can to protect ourselves from that. And the lengths he's willing to go is just really kind of crazy. And like I said, he pretty much he's not, I wouldn't say he's not a loving father, but he's definitely very controlling. It kind of just, he's pretty obsessive, very strict, very stern with his kids, you know what I'm saying? And how things end, I think that's where it's going to divide people for sure. You might like it, or you might absolutely hate the ending. Either way, I do think that this is a very fascinating story, and maybe it could have worked as like a mini series, because I do like these characters, and the movie's not that long. It's only like an hour and 33. So yeah, I'm gonna be curious to see other people's thoughts about this movie, or if it just completely goes under the radar, because there's not been any like really heavy marketing. I probably remember seeing this trailer once a long time ago, and that's very telling on the marketing of this movie. It's not marketed like heavy like other Shudder releases, you know what I'm saying? So like, I know there's probably like a very small few people that know about this movie at all, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I like the performances in here. There's nothing that is gory. There's not a lot of violence, you know what I'm saying? There is violence, but there's not as much as you think. It's more of a like drama than it is horror. It's more psychological, you know what I'm saying? It's interesting. I do recommend just checking out for yourself if you like it. And if you don't, let me know in the comments below. But that's just my thoughts of this movie. Till next time. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.